Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News, our top stories tonight. New impetus to enduring Tanzania Comoros ties. Made in Tanzania logo now official, soon in market. Good evening, I'm Agnes Tuniga. You can also follow us live on our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. President Samia Suluhu Hassan was the official guest of honor yesterday during the 50th Independence anniversary, where she reiterated on Tanzania's commitment to continue to strengthen bilateral ties with the Komoro Islands as part of its broader goal to promote African unity through economic, social, environmental, and diplomatic cooperation. She added that these strong ties are rooted in the shared history of Africa's independence struggles, reaffirming Tanzania's readiness to collaborate with the government of Comoros in facilitating the teaching of the Swahili language in schools across the country.
Tunaweza kuona wazi kwa uhusiano baina ya Komoro na Tanzania.
The relationship between Comoros and Tanzania is not solely built on diplomatic agreements, but rather on shared values rooted in the spirit of socialism, the Kiswahili language, peaceful diplomacy, and mutual trust.
Furthermore, during the celebrations, President Samia congratulated the Comoros for the progress made in the economic sector, social services, infrastructure, and tourism, where she also described President Azali Assoumani as a visionary leader who continues to steer the country towards prosperity.
Over the decades, over the past 50 years, Comoros has achieved major milestones. Firstly, the economy has grown and poverty levels have declined. Secondly, social services have improved. Thirdly, infrastructure have been strengthened. And fourthly, the tourism sector and tax revenue have increased. For these achievements and more, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. And in a special way, I congratulate the President of Comoros for his visionary leadership. Under his guidance, Comoros will continue to make remarkable strides in the economic development.
President Samia further called on the people of Comoros to safeguard their independence by strengthening solidarity, justice, equality, and inclusive development. To understand more the state of cooperation between Tanzania and the Union of the Comoros, from Moroni, Comoros, we are joined live by the Ambassador of Tanzania to Comoros, Said Yakub. Mr. Ambassador, what is the current state of bilateral cooperation between Tanzania and the Union of the Comoros?
Thank you very much for your question and for the background that you have provided. Indeed, the President said it all, that the diplomatic relation between Comoros and Tanzania is deep-rooted in history. According to research we have conducted at the embassy, the first contact between Komoro and Tanzania began on the 8th century, and it has been interconnected ever since. Right now, the state of bilateral relation is very, very strong, based on the mutual brotherly relation between the two heads of state, President Azali and President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, but also in the economic and social field. In social sphere, it is not uncommon to find a Comorian here who was born in Zanzibar or who has parents hailing from Zanzibar, from Kilimanjaro, from Tanga. And we, as the President said yesterday, we have about 10,000 Comorian community in Dar es Salaam. We have graveyards called the Gazija cemeteries. We have mosques, but also in terms of business relation, the current trade. Tanzania is now Comoros' major trading partner, which account for 80% of Comoros' needs. The business at the moment stands at around 350 million shillings a day. The turnover that Tanzania sells to Komoro is around 55 million, which if you convert it on daily measures, it is around 350 million. And mainly it is in livestock, foodstuff, construction, real estate, ICT, and healthcare. But also, Comoros has 4 major airlines that arrive here from international routes. And 2 of them are from Tanzania, Air Tanzania and Precision. So I will conclude by saying that the state of diplomatic relation couldn't be higher. And that, I think, is the cardinal reason why President Samia was chosen to be the guest of honor to commemorate the Comoros' 50th anniversary, but also based on the history that Tanzania took an active part to help Komoro obtain its independence in 1975.
Talking of trade and economic opportunities, what trade and economic opportunities that are available in Comoros that you wish more Tanzanians could take advantage of?
Thank you very much. That's a very pertinent question you have asked. The first, right now, the state of affairs is major trading sources between Tanzania and Comoros are in livestock and foodstuff. But as embassy research has shown, we would like to see more Tanzanian companies engage in constructions and real estate and hospitality by constructing hotels here. We had Tanzanians who were running hotels here, but for one reason or the other, they have embarked on other ventures. But there is a lucrative market for building hospitality sector, especially hotels and real estate, serviced apartments like we do in Dar es Salaam. This is an area where Tanzanian can have a very niche influence on the island, because right now the registered hotel rooms are around less than 1,000 in Gazija Island, and there is a lot of need for that. By giving context, as you know, Tanzania will be hosting AFCON, Comoros in 2027. In 2027, on the side of Comoros, they will be hosting Indian Ocean Games, and around 4,000 visitors are expected to visit. So we have a space of 18 months with a demand of 3,000 hotel rooms to be built. So the government of Comoros is offering a lot of incentives for those who want to engage in real estate and hospitality industry. The other area that I would like to see more Tanzanians engage is the banking sector. The banking sector here is characterized by very few banks, but also very a small amount of financial literacy exists in the island. Tanzania, the financial literacy or financial inclusivity stands at around 80%. 80% of the population in Tanzania has one way or the other connection with the bank. Here, it is around 28%. So you can see there's a mountain to climb, and this creates an opportunity. But also banking products. In Tanzania, you have treasury bonds, you have loans, you have internet banking or digital banking and other ventures. But here, the space for digital banking and modern ways of having financial products still needs to be done. But the good news is, as we speak, today I hosted a delegation from CRDB who are looking to spread their wings here, and we had a very good meeting with the governor of Central Bank. So this creates an opportunity. But also, suffice to say that today, the 7th of July, is UNESCO's recognition of Kiswahili Day. And as President said yesterday, she committed that Tanzania will be ready to supply teachers and teaching materials for Kiswahili. This is very pertinent. 40% of the population of Comoros speak Kiswahili. So the remaining 60, this is an opportunity for teachers from Tanzania to come and secure employment, private and recruited by government under special contracts. So this is also an opportunity to work. But the biggest of all is the healthcare industry. Around 2,000 Comorians visit Tanzania every month, and most of them are to secure healthcare. So there is a room for Tanzanian hospitals and healthcare centers to open up branches here in Comoros. I know we have interest from Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute to establish its presence here. They conducted a very successful medical camp last year, and as President said, next month we are going to have another one. This is an area where healthcare centers in Tanzania can benefit for having a presence here locally on the ground. At the moment, the government here estimates that 300 million euros is spent by Comorians to receive medical treatments abroad. So if any successful Tanzanian healthcare organization, company, the Muhimbilis, the JKCI, the Aga Khan, Saife, and others, they can establish themselves here, it will be a niche opportunity and a win-win for both countries.
Ambassador, let's talk about the current diplomatic ties, or the present diplomatic ties between the two countries. What plans do you have to make the present Tanzania Comoros ties deeper and, of course, more mutually beneficial?
Thank you. Again, another very good question. Number one is, although we have had a very deep historical relation between Tanzania and Comoros, but the formal General Cooperation Agreement began in 2009, and it graduated in 2013 by having an embassy in Moroni, but Komoro reciprocated by having an embassy in 2014. So we are talking about just above a decade old formal diplomatic relation. But ever, Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, we have embarked upon a major strategies of increasing the diplomatic ties. Last year, in July, we conducted the first ever Joint Permanent Commission, where around 21 MOUs were signed in various fields. But we are also geared towards having a more successful diplomatic relation in terms of economy. Next month, we are conducting the Business Forum, which will bring together government-owned parastatals from Tanzania, successful companies in ICT, construction sector, and real estate sector to come here and explore those opportunities we have mentioned. We are planning to have another joint session of a permanent commission. Members will come here in Moroni to explore the area that needs to be addressed. But also we are talking about mutually signing mutual agreements in several agreed areas. Thank
you so much for your time, and it has been a pleasure talking to you, sharing with us your thoughts and insights.
Thank you.
The President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, has instructed the ministries responsible for trade on the mainland and Zanzibar to ensure that all industrial manufacturers in the country use the Made in Tanzania logo on their products to further promote Tanzanians' products internationally. He gave the directives in Dar es Salaam when he officially launched the 49th Dar es Salaam International Trade Fair, well known as Saba Saba, which went hand in hand with the official unveiling of the Made in Tanzania logo. To understand more on how the logo will revolutionize the Tanzanians' international trade and how successful has 49th International Trade Fair been so far, my colleague Nasa Kingu speaks with the Minister of Industry and Trade, Dr. Selemani Jafo.
Thank you very much, Agnes Tuniga. Honorable Minister, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations for unveiling the Made in Tanzania logo, but also for the 49th International Trade Fair. Let's start off with the logo itself. How do you think this will transform Tanzania's international trade?
First of all, we want to thank the government of Tanzania, especially Madam President, because the ones who just indicated how we have to go move forward. For us, as the Minister of Industry and Trade, we decided to have a special identification, especially for our products. You know that currently we are moving ahead, especially in having the products from the country. So this logo will help the government. That's one, but the products from Tanzania to be identified all over the country, even across the borders. So our intention that we need to have identification for our products. That's one. And second one, we have to identify how we can compete with others. That's our intention. Yes.
And the International Trade Fair, the 49th, has started since 28th of last month. How has the fair been so far?
Currently, we can say that there is a great achievement as compared to other previous years. For example, currently, every day we have a number of over 200,000 people moving along the trade fairs, around the various pavilions, and they get learning from various products and the various innovations. But generally, we can say we are so proud because for this year, it's almost 3,000 companies already registered and operating the international trade fairs.
Dar es Salaam, as the commercial city, and Tanzania overall, is striving hard to move to the 24-hour economy. Do you think it's high time now to let the fair operate for 24 hours instead of 12 hours as it runs right now?
Of course, we have to look at the best practice because all over the world, because we have various trade fairs in various countries. But in Tanzania, maybe we'll look at if there is any possibility to conduct 24 hours, but we have to look on the part of security and other issues.
Is that coming from next year as the fair reaches half century?
No, really, I don't want to promise, but what's our intention is just to make sure that the trade fair of Tanzania have to be a very competitive one as compared to others. Yeah.
What about other regions? Do you think it's high time as well to take the international trade fair to other regions, or at least zone-wise, just like the Naninane fair is being done, so that other Tanzanians in other regions also get the taste of the international fair, what it can offer?
Of course, this one have a different flavors as compared to Naninane, because this is the one that we identified as international one. So what we want to advocate this one is just make sure that we tend to advertise for the people who will come to Dar es Salaam just to participate, because this is international trade fairs. And currently for this year, we do really appreciate because more than 22 countries participating in this one. So our intention is to make this one as a landmark. Everyone have to appreciate that the Dar es Salaam International Trade Fair are the ones, the reference point for anyone to come to Dar es Salaam.
And any word for any Tanzanian or any person that is watching right now who has not visited the 49th International Trade Fair so far in Dar es Salaam?
I just want to invite all of them. Just come to Dar es Salaam because it's a very impressive one. And I do hope that because we are going to finalize on the 13th of this month. So for those who are not yet maybe attending to the trade fair, maybe they have to take their time to visit the trade fair of Dar es Salaam. Yeah.
Maybe finally, when do we start to see the just launched logo in the market?
As soon as possible, because it's already done. As soon as possible.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister, for your insight. Back to you, Agnes.
Thank you very much, Nasa Kingu. We appreciate you talking to the Minister there, Selemani Jafo. For the first time, Tanzania, through its Peacekeeping Training Center, is hosting a United Nations Military Staff Office course aimed at strengthening the capacity of trainers who prepare military staff officers for global UN peacekeeping missions. The commandment of the Tanzania Peacekeeping Training Center, Brigadier General George Intangare, says the course equips officers with the professionalism and efficiency required for high-level peacekeeping duties worldwide. Here's a story by John Matias, read by Teddy Mparanyanga.
This marks only the second time the course is held under the UN's revised training curriculum. The inaugural session took place in Italy. In his opening remarks, Brigadier General Itangare outlines the course objectives and stresses the critical role graduates will play in maintaining international peace and security.
So this course is really very important to equip the staff officers with the knowledge on how to train their respective staff officers before they deploy to their respective UN missions.
He also shares details on the number of participating officers and their countries of origin, highlighting the multinational nature of the program.
The total number of participants is 22 from different countries, including Tanzania. And they also include 7 facilitators, international facilitators, and 2 local facilitators.
UN Training Chief Harenda Sood praises Tanzania's stability and peaceful environment, noting it as a key factor in the country being selected to host the course.
Tanzania has had a long history of, I think, significant participation in peacekeeping itself. It's a good, stable country. It, I think, provides a venue not only for countries, say, neighboring Tanzania, but also, like you've seen, there have been trainers here who are part of this course who have come from as far as, say, Vietnam to be part of this.
Innovation continues to shape the future of Tanzania as young minds push boundaries in science, technology, and engineering. From creating alternative in energy vehicles to designing environmentally safe solutions, the country is witnessing a wave of fresh ideas driven by passion and purpose. Our reporter Teddy Mparanyanga has more on this inspiring story.
In the heart of Dar es Salaam, a bajaji or tuk-tuk moves quietly through the streets. But it's not your usual three-wheeler. This one runs on a unique combination of oil and water, an innovation by local inventor Andrew Mbanga, who says he's driven by a desire to reduce fuel costs and inspire a new generation of thinkers.
Ni mbunifu wa hii pikipiki baada ya kuona bajaji unabeba abiria watatu watu wanagombania.
I decided to design and construct a unique bajaji that would comfortably carry more passengers than the normal 3 passengers, allowing for greater convenience and improved transportation options for families and groups traveling together. In addition, I encourage the youth to be innovative and creative in their thinking, as this mindset will enable them to develop unique solutions and contribution that can positively impact our society and shape a better future for everyone.
And the spirit of innovation doesn't end here. At one local university, students are also stepping up. One engineering student has developed a project that envisions a mercury-free future, targeting safer industrial and environmental practices.
This innovation actually aims to solve different challenges that small-scale miners are currently facing. What are those challenges? Challenges include poor recovery, because currently small-scale miners who are using VAT leaching technology actually recovers 50 to 70% of the gold which is found in the ores. That is actually quite a bit a challenge.
Ideas to life.
In that what we offer to actually be more relevant to the industry is actually to be together and work together with people in the industry. Because even our programs, for instance, now we are doing the curriculum review process in which we are looking at what we offer in terms of international standards, but also in terms of the local needs. And therefore, we have the people from the industry, entrepreneurs, but also people who we are working with in terms of research. And therefore, we are not only the University of Dar es Salaam, but also we have people from the industry that we work together with them.
It is very evident that innovation, technology, creativity are becoming a very popular thing these days in this 21st century. To all the youth, to all the citizens, it is time to wake up and take action upon your ideas, your creative ideas, your creative imaginations, and turn them into something meaningful that can be used to help the society. Teddy Mparanyanga, TBC News.
Thank you very much, Teddy Mparanyanga. Tanzania has today joined other nations around the globe to mark the World Kiswahili Language Day. The day stresses the growing importance of the language as a global language spoken by over 200 million people. Kiswahili has grown into a Pan-African language, fostering unity, identity, and dialogue across linguistic and cultural borders. Peter Mganga has the following report.
Kiswahili is one of the most widely spoken languages in Africa and the world. With over 200 million speakers, it is a powerful tool of communication and integration across East, Central, and Southern Africa, and serves as an official language of the African Union, SADC, and the East African Community. Here, some of Tanzanians share their insight on how Kiswahili connects people around the world.
Kiswahili kimenisaidia sana nilipokuwa nikisafiri nikitoka hapa kwenda Msumbiji.
Swahili has helped me a lot. When I was traveling to Mozambique, we met people who were eager to learn the language. We taught them extensively, and now they travel from Mozambique to Tanzania to buy various products, and they use Swahili to communicate. For the Swahili language to endure, people must learn it and use proper, fluent Swahili, the rich language our parents passed down to us as a legacy. People from other countries like China use their own language when they come here to do businesses. So it's important for us to proudly use our own language even when we go abroad.
Anna Mwasioke is the senior journalist producing and presenting TBC's Swahili flagship program, Lulu za Kiswahili. She says, despite the massive number of languages across the globe, Kiswahili stands as the powerful tool for communication among the people.
Kiswahili seems to be an interesting language because even the great nations like America and China, they are picking interest in learning Kiswahili language, in using Kiswahili language in their official meetings, also in using Kiswahili language in their cultural films. You can see how much people are interested in Kiswahili language. Even though there's a competition with other strong languages in the world, but I see the position of Kiswahili so far.
On 6th July 2025, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, during the Comoros' 50th independence anniversary celebrations, urged Africans to be united through Kiswahili language.
Our unity reflects how Swahili serves as a bridge of communication and education between Tanzania and Comoros, strengthening our brotherhood and friendship.
Furthermore, the Kiswahili language is pictured as a powerful language across the globe for the next 5 years.
In 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, I believe we are going to have a lot of Kiswahili teachers or Kiswahili instructors and facilitators who are going to be traveling all over the world to go and teach Kiswahili language.
Kiswahili is more than a language. It is a vital tool of African identity, unity, and culture, from its role in liberation movements, including those led by Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. Peter Mganga, TBC News, Dar es Salaam.
Beyond the ballot on TBC News currently takes a closer look at the 18 political parties gearing up for Tanzania's 2025 general elections. Today, Rioba Stephen takes us inside the story of Civic United Front, CUF, its roots, its vision, and its place in the country's political landscape.
The Civic United Front, CUF, was officially established on May 28, 1992, following the merger of the two reformist movements, Kamahuru, a pro-democracy group from Zanzibar, and the Civic Movement, a human rights organization that operated on the mainland. The party was formally registered on January 21, 1993. CUF identifies itself as a liberal political party and is a member of Liberal International. It advocates for democracy, human rights, and good governance. Although it operates nationwide, a stronghold of support has remained in the Zanzibar island of Unguja and Pemba. The party is led by Professor Ibrahim Haruna Lipumba, a learned economist and veteran politician. He served as a CUF's national chairman during various periods from 1999 to 2015 and again from 2017 to the present. Professor Lipumba has also contested in a 5 general election as the party's presidential candidate in 1995, 2000, 2005, 2010, and 2020. Other senior party leaders, including mainland Vice Chairperson Othman Dunga, Zanzibar Vice Chairperson Baruch Saif, Secretary General Husna Mohamed Abdara, Deputy Secretary General Mainland Magdalena Hamis Sakaya, and Deputy Secretary General Zanzibar Ali Juma Hamis. As Tanzania multi-party political system continues to evolve, the Civic United Front CUF remains committed to engage in the democratic process and advocating for policy reforms aimed at national development. Rioba Stephen, TBC News.
And well, dear viewers, that is all we have for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I'm Agnes Tuniga, and thank you very much for being with us. Good night.